How to get motivated. If we wish to locate anything, we must first figure out where it came from, or where it is hiding. This is when things get fuzzy. At times, inspiration might seem like that erratic buddy you don't hear from for months on end, just to appear unexpectedly and without explanation. And you keep intending to ask them to explain, but you're having so much fun with them that you forget, and before you know it, they've vanished. The good news is that we are not alone in dealing with this quandary. Scientists, psychologists, and philosophers have all attempted to track down the origins of this enigmatic motivating elixir. However, it is not required to completely comprehend anything before beginning to practice it. Ask my neighbors about my guitar playing. We know enough about inspiration to help ourselves experience it more regularly, and it, like so many other highly desired but difficult to define concepts, motivation, excitement, pleasure, requires taking control, a little testing, and a lot of customizing. Number 1. Try something new. Learning a new language, musical instrument, or another talent may assist to increase that previously mentioned brain plasticity. While even something as basic as going for a stroll in a different area or trying a new coffee shop might help you think differently. Basically, new experiences are good for brain growth, and they increase your odds of seeing something you've never seen before, which might lead to a creative spark. Number 2. Keep certain things constant. We've all heard of creative geniuses and their unusual routines. But weird or not, having some form of regimen is advantageous to outstanding writing. Maintaining and improving brain plasticity may be accomplished by a regular sleep pattern and frequent exercise. Making ensuring you have time to ponder during the day is also critical. Perhaps you never feel inspired because you never have time to yourself. Sometimes you just need to tune into those thoughts that are screaming to be heard. Build regular quiet periods into your day, whether it's a morning or bedtime habit, or another time. Number 3. Read. Aside from the unlimited possibilities for being inspired by other people's tales and ideas, reading is also one of the finest things you can do to enhance memory and cognitive performance. And, although all types of reading have advantages, try to avoid screens in favor of curling up with a good book. Deep reading, as opposed to smartphone skimming, is where the magic occurs. Number 4. Write, draw, or doodle. If you've ever been hit by inspiration after scribbling gibberish poetry or stupid doodles, then you've already mastered this method. Freewriting is a legitimate writing approach in which thoughts are allowed to flow freely without respect for standard conventions or grammatical norms. Similarly, doodling has been connected to a plethora of good thinking advantages. Some may want to practice freewriting and free drawing as a warm-up for another work, but others may prefer to maintain a notebook or sketchbook that they may refer to later when looking for inspiration. Number 5. Collaborate. When I asked members of the Freedom Team what motivated them, their favorite response was other individuals. It pays to cooperate, whether your coworkers encourage you to come up with excellent ideas or you come up with your finest ideas while working with folks you wouldn't ordinarily work with. Even though you believe you work best alone, it's good to venture outside of your comfort zone every now and again. You never know what doors someone else's viewpoint can open in your mind. Number 6. Remember your heroes. Most of us have at least one person that motivates us to be better people, achieve our objectives, and dream greater. Perhaps it's the singer who never gave up on their ambition, the athlete who perseveres even when the odds are stacked against them, or your wonderful grandmother. It doesn't matter who it is, but when you are feeling down or uninspired, having a hero may be quite beneficial, even if it's simply realizing that they, too, suffered. Number 7. Music should be played. Music and inspiration go hand in hand for many creatives, and for good reason. Music has been linked to increased learning, memory, and cognitive function, but current data reveals a direct relationship to creative thinking. And it's not only listening to that may inspire you. The last year has witnessed a surge in playlist curation, due, in large part, to pandemic-induced stay-at-home orders, which has become an art form in its own right. Number 8. Consider yourself a cultural vulture. It's easy to forget, particularly in the past year or so, that many of us live in towns and cities with a plethora of cultures. Museums, galleries, and theaters on our doorsteps are filled with works of art just waiting to be seen and to inspire us. There's nothing quite like the inspiration you'll feel after immersing yourself in the world and works of another, and remember, everything is a remix. All creative production, according to the ancient Greeks, was a kind of imitation, so go out and be inspired guilt-free. Number 9. Spend time outside in nature. Let us return to the ancient Greeks for a bit. They were clever people, after all. They spoke about defining art by imitation. They regarded all art to be imitation since it was a representation of nature. It was impossible to completely replicate the magnificence of God's natural universe. Nature, if you will, is the template for all art, therefore we'd be remiss if we didn't include it in our list of things to inspire you. We are part of the natural world as living creatures. Thus it stands to reason that spending time outside permits our brains to roam in ways that manufactured surroundings do not. Make time for extra green time, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Number 10. Meditate. Meditation is not a new discipline, but the rise of health apps and technology in recent years has introduced this ancient practice and its benefits to the Western world. In terms of inspiration, meditation fosters the development of new ideas and ways of thinking. When we meditate, we create the circumstances for moving through life freely, from one scenario to the next, with a feeling of freedom, according to the Headspace website on creativity. And it does sound eerily similar to the concept of brain plasticity, the generation of new networks and pathways. Art does really copy life. Number 11. Be open to new ideas. Inspiration is neither a science nor an art, but it may surely serve as a springboard for research in both. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to productivity-related undefinables, as there is with most of the undefinables we often cover here at Freedom. See also, motivation, willpower. Another thing that motivate me would put some folks to sleep. But that is the beauty of inspiration. One man's garbage is another man's treasure, and it means we can constantly surprise ourselves with where we find it, as well as be astonished by other people's sources of inspiration. It seems that taking care of your body and mind, engaging in your hobbies, and making room in your life for inspiration to find you, because it can and will, at any moment.
To get latest videos, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. Don't forget to share with your friends and family.